I want you to be very clear, it's all just a story, and it is changeable. When you realize that it's just a matter of your perspective, how do you want to see your story? If you're not sure, if you think, I don't know how to see my story differently, call on me or Kuthumi. We'll help you understand your story. We'll share your story back with you the way we see it. Not as a miserable human, not as somebody who just can never quite make their way into realization. You know, there's been books, wonderful books that have been written, there's a few movies too, about that poor human, never quite there, never quite getting it. Human who has big dreams and aspirations, but every time they're just about to get there, falls apart. This goes on over and over in the book or the movie until something comes along, shakes them out of that old pattern of not quite there. Well, that's something that's happening right now. It's an amazing story. It goes something like this. So here you were going through life and having a lot of good moments, a lot of bad moments, and you just couldn't seem to get out of the patterns, get out of the storyline. That storyline was so ingrained. Oh, you tried thinking your way out, pushing your way out. You tried mantraing your way out, meditating your way out, and nothing freaking worked. But there was something deep within, something very deep within that said, I just can't keep going like this, no more. I don't know what to do, but no more. Well, that was heard very clearly by one of your stories. A story in the future. A story of you that is absolutely true, of an enlightened being. Hell, in that story, you even had little wings. You can pop them out anytime you want. It was a story in the future, but really not in the future. The story of finally allowing, and finally having what is a very natural thing come to you. I have to add one little footnote. I've talked for a long time about realization being natural. Don't work at it, allow it, and all the rest of that. That's very true. But it's, in a way, naturally unnatural to do it while you're in the physical body in the human condition. I forgot to add that earlier. I must be getting older. It's difficult to do when you're in the physical body because the storyline for the human is I'm working on it, I'm efforting, I'm trying hard, I'm trying to get over my past mistakes and problems. So what happens is this story from the future, which is very real. It's a waveform, kind of, you think is occurring in the future, but it comes along. It's the thing that pops in and says, let's change all this right now. It's just a story. How do you want it to be written? And this future self, it says, but you can't involve other people. This is for you and you alone. And don't worry about little details. What will make your heart sing? What will give you great joy in this lifetime? And this angel self from the future takes you by the hand. It says, I heard you. I heard that no more. I heard it loud and clear. And I'm here now. I'm you. I'm really just your story. I'm no different than you, but you think I come from the future. I don't. And this future self angel you could feel the compassion. You could feel the safe space with this angel. And the angel said, actually, I heard you a while back. It's taken me some time to get here. I heard you a while back, but I knew it was important for you to explore your story a little bit more before I showed up. Don't get me wrong, says this angel from the future. I always intended to be here. Never second guessed it. But, I kind of waited for a lot of reasons you'll come to understand. A lot of reasons. But I made it. Here we are. Here we are with a story that you always dreamt about, but could never really be fully aware of it. The story you always really wanted, but you could never express. The story that you struggled to find, but you just thought too much about it. And we're here now for that story. And by the way, when it happens, as it happens, you look out at all the other stories of the soul. The soul since times long before Earth. You look back on those, and those all are also changing right now. It's not just you. There's a transformation taking place at every level. There has to be a you on the planet right now in order for that to occur. We can't do it from what you would call the future, from the non-physical realms. There has to be the you on the planet for all the others, all the stories and all the dreams to also transform. Otherwise, we'd have done it a long time ago. There has to be you in reality as the manifestation of these waveforms and potentials. It's got to be here, and you're it. And I know it's taken me a while to get here, but you'll understand why. Right now, says this angel from the future, right now, let's change that story. Feel it. You don't have to think it. You don't have to write it out. Just feel the story. And the angel says, oh, by the way, I come from the future. I forgot. What's the date today? And you stop and think about it. Oh, I guess it's March 22nd, 2023. And you both have a good laugh, a good long laugh. It's when the heavens cross, when there's that opening for those who are ready, when consciousness can flow, when you can access all of your stories. You'll understand why that future self waited until March 22nd, but you both have a good laugh knowing, okay, it's here. My stories are very changeable, even this lifetime. Not just in maybe having a little different attitude about what happened, but they literally change. It defies any sort of physics that are around at the time, but it literally changes. Yes, the story that you went through in this lifetime and all of your others, that storyline is still there, but it kind of drops down, replaced by a much more enlightened storyline, a much more enlightened experience. These things are not just of dreams and hopes. These things are, well, they're your stories, and they're very changeable. What do you want in 2023 and beyond? And I guess the other question is, are you ready to have your story change? Of all the ascended masters, there are very, very few that ever experienced what it's like to still be in the physical body and have the stories, all the stories, change. Not many. Most, they have that instant flash shortly before, between enlightenment and death, that instant flash, suddenly everything comes together. Everything is in harmony and in oneness within oneself, not a universal oneness. They suddenly have that knowingness. All the stories change in a flash, but there are very few. I'm getting a number right now, just callers wanting to know, 22, if you have to know, Ascended Masters that have ever done the rescripting and staying in the physical body and feeling what it's like to go through it. Feeling what it's like to have all the stories changing. Not just this lifetime, but all of them. Let's take a good deep breath together. The beauty of what you're doing. I really, sometimes I just go back to the Ascended Masters Club and just chuckle, thinking they really don't quite see it yet. They don't know what they're doing. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe one day it'll be like opening a Christmas present and a big surprise when you finally get it all. They just don't know really quite what they're doing. They don't understand the impact of their light on the planet at this time. They don't understand that others haven't done this. Literally changing what you would call the past and the future on the fly while you're in this human life. Wow. We'll talk later about the implications on all things. But right now, let's take a deep breath, and you don't have to work on it. And just allow it. Other than, how would you like your story going forward? With that, it is always an honor to come to this place, to be with you, to be with all of you. And always remember that all is well in all of creation. Thank you.